I don't get why storm fags and you know other people who actually identify as racist, right? Why do they hate Jews? Like they do not. Not they. I know a lot of them, and a lot of them. Not as like friends. I just you know explore a bit. I guess I don't give a fuck. They tend to not like the idea that there are exceptions to everything. I mean, not the fact there are exceptions to everything, and they're like serious documentations of these exceptions, right? Like if you ever noticed the fucking neo Nazis right now, like the actual neo Nazis, not like the Aryan Brotherhood. Those are all mulattoes and just Jews and shit. Because Jews are fucking weird. Uh, like examples like Adolf Hitler, right? They love Adolf, right? They just fucking love the guy, love all of his politics, everything about him. They just love him, except his military policy. He was a terrible tactician or something. I don't even know. Fucking, he was shit at war basically. And the thing is, he pretty much did invent that kind of thing, right? He was the guy that made that shit up and put it into place, and they're like, "Oh, the Holocaust is cool," you know. Those guys, those guys, people who never, never actually grew up, like they were edgy teenagers for their entire lives, and they're still just edgy teenagers, always looking for a release and shit, right? The hateful kind, because we got moderate racists. They're just like me and you. They're just like, oh, I read this one thing up on the Stormfront, and like, oh, I guess I am. Yeah, I have good IQ. Yeah, I got this. Yeah, whites do tend to have higher IQs. I mean, they don't get that. There's so many societal factors that races, racial IQ is based off of, which I honestly think it's this culture. I just think blacks eat the worst food, and Hispanics eat some pretty bad food. But when they start living in America, they just eat kind of like us, but they still eat some of their food and shit. And I know correlation is not always causation, yeah, but it's still something. It's still something. It could be fallacious. It might not be, and if it is or isn't, it'd be pretty goddamn easy to have like a thing where we like make higher IQ people breed more than lower IQ people. Just the way how the Jews did, and that basically forces everyone to be really fucking smart, and that's why Nazis are smart as shit. It's because the more intelligent the Jew, the more money he made, right? That's just a fact. The more intelligent someone is, the more money they make, and the more money someone made, the more kids they would have. I think that's probably in the Torah or some shit. But if they do say that regardless of IQ, race doesn't like there actually is a superior race regardless of IQ. So even if like I refute that notion, right, we could still see like societal tendencies and shit. And the thing is, Jews, they are political cancer. Sure, they suck. They really, really suck when it comes to politics. They're fucking. They don't know anything. None of them know anything. Very few. Like Donald Trump knew some shit. Hitler was like a god of economism, whatever. Economism. That's a word. I'll probably look it up later. I'm sure Trump was a good economist too. Ronald Reagan was pretty Jewish as well, I think. Nah, he's not Jewish. He's straight up Aryan. Whatever. Nah, I'm just kidding. Look at that neck. Look how tall this guy is. That's some Israeli blood in him. Very, very little blood in it though. Yeah. Well, no. So I don't know what National Socialism is. I do not understand it. So, the whole point is I just like ranted off, but basically, if you look at exceptions and you absolutely adore your exceptions, like your Donald Trump, which is fucking that guy's straight up Jewish, right? Your fucking Adolf Hitler, your guy, the people that you like, right? The people that you absolutely just fucking adore, and they're straight up Jewish, and they're an exception. They're extreme exceptions, right? I mean, I don't know anything about Hitler. Okay, I don't. All I know is that him and Trump would agree with every economic plan they have, you know, except like Jewish bankers or something, because Trump doesn't give a shit about Jews. He's not an anti-Semite, right? So if you embellish these kinds of people, then why don't you accept like other exceptions? You know, like why can't there be a single fucking Mexican that you like or something like some guy who's like a fucking genius, one that completely agrees with you on everything, right? Maybe one of those guys, or maybe like some black guy that's awesome, right? Is there a single black guy you guys like, or and this isn't like a virtue signaling thing. I don't give a shit. It's just that you shouldn't really not be open to the idea of there being exceptions. Like Ann Coulter is an exception, right? She's one of the most aggressive. Whatever, I don't know how to fucking explain her. She's a pretty aggressive intellectual. There you go. She got it. That's a good exception of this shit. She's got this shit down. She writes books. She doesn't have kids. I mean, she should. It's a bad idea to have those genes and not have kids, but you know, be useful to society and all that. And yeah, I'm sure there's some other solutions to things that don't involve fucking genocide. Ridiculous. You see this right here? You know you can fix this. You know how we already indoctrinate children to be a bit lefty? Why don't we indoctrinate them in like the form of truth, right? Like we can cite our sources and stuff, and I could just put like a citation on the page, like, hey, you want some evidence for this? Done. Dunsky. There you go. Got him. And you just teach them shit about like the free market and stuff, and cite like examples of lefties not knowing how to use not knowing anything about economics or practically anything, to be honest. And, yeah, you look at this thing right here. I don't understand any of this. Come on. I get it. Whites got common sense, but the thing is, Jews have the smarts. They got the smarts to do shit. They're gonna invent your things. They're the liberals, right? I get it. They're the liberals. Make it impossible for them to fucking vote, or make their vote not count. How about that? Or how about you just don't have people vote, and you just have like some sort of court thing that goes down where people have sort of economic policies and they have to like recognize actual problems and shit, right? No one gets elected, nobody gets changed. You just leave them as people with that authoritarian ideology, but not like completely, right? You gotta be liberal. They have to have liberal ideas. Their form of government, it's gonna be like some libertarian shit. Their social shit, it's gonna be some sort of authoritarian shit, right? That kind of person.